All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Aldo from the Norwalk Public Library, and thank you for visiting and joining the very first installment of the weekly new program, the Norwalk Public Library Video Game Club. So this will be happening every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. right here on the NPL YouTube channel. So just want to give a brief overview of what this program is about. So, at the library, before the new normal, we always had programs in the building to bring people together. And obviously with the new normal going on right now, and the new situation that everyone has, this is a little bit different. Everyone is doing things remotely. So what I came up with was, how about we try to bring video games into the mix? The library, a lot of people tend to think, hey, it's just about books and all of that, but the library is so much more. And doing something like this kind of shows that we do have many other things to offer. So what I came up with was to just try to do a weekly gathering. So it'll be a weekly stream, as you can see, you're watching. I'll be playing video games, and the whole idea is to just open the door for people who play video games, who are gamers of all walks of life. And it's a safe space for people to come on by and all celebrate video games. Everyone has played a game, perhaps at some point in their life, and this is a really cool way to maybe just bring a bunch of people together who like video games. And it's a safe place because we're here at the library, and it's a good place to foster a discussion about games as well. So again, this is the NPL Video Game Club. Thank you so much for stopping by. I see we have one person here in the chat. Cassandra, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. So yeah, welcome to the NPL Video Game Club. And let me show myself here on our little screen. So hello. Again, I'm Aldo. I've been working at the library for about a year. Actually, yeah, just about a year. So funny how time flies. So thank you for stopping by. Before I begin with the gameplay, I just actually wanted to go over a couple little things. So this is a weekly, as I mentioned before, weekly event happening every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on this YouTube channel. But I would be remiss if I did not talk about my other upcoming program, which will be happening next Saturday, November 7th. And that is actually our second installment of the Extra Life charity stream. So to give some information on this, this will be falling on the National Game Day for Extra Life, which is a one day out of the year that they take to gather a whole bunch of people who play video games, streamers, and they stream playing video games for a wonderful cause, which the crux of Extra Life is they allow people to stream and gather donations, which then go towards a children's hospital in their local area. So we initially did our first stream back in August, and it was a smashing success. It was far better than anything I had seen before or expected. So thank you to all of you who stopped by on that event, and those of you who donated. It is very, very much appreciated. It is my infinite thanks go out to you. So we're taking that positive train and we're bringing it to November 7th, which will be next Saturday. So this will be from 4 to 8 p.m. and it'll be streaming right here on the NPL YouTube channel. So I'd love for you to stop on by. I'll just be playing video games, a rotating selection, kind of like what's happening here. But the crux of the Extra Life is we're also getting donations, which will go towards the Connecticut Children's Medical Center, which is located in Hartford, Connecticut. A wonderful institution, and they're doing great things for children in need over there. So it's a win-win situation. We take video games, and we take helping kids in need. So it's really, you can't lose there. It's a great cause. So I hope to see anyone there, anyone watching, or those who maybe stopped by back in August. I think it'd be a really cool thing to check out. So that's my little promo. And again, November 7th, 4 to 8 p.m. on the NPL YouTube channel. This is our second installment of the Extra Life charity stream. So I'd love to see you there. And if you're looking for more information on Extra Life, you can just look up Extra Life on Google or extralife.org. You can get all the information on there. So without further ado, let me go ahead and fire up a game. So with the Video Game Club, I was looking to, I was kind of debating what type of game should I play for the first installment of the Video Game Club. To give some background on me quickly before we begin, there we go, full screen, very nice. I've been playing games since I can remember. I was born in 1985, so I'm a bit of an old hat, but I've been playing games since I was maybe 3 or 4. Started off with the Atari 2600, then graduated onto the Nintendo Entertainment System, though I will say that the system that maybe had the biggest profound impact on me was the Sega Genesis. That was a system that really hit me with a lot of games and a lot of experiences and memories that I hold very near and dear to me. Played a lot of those games with my older brother at the time, and have since played systems since then, from everything from Super Nintendo to the PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, and, from the Xbox and up. So I've played a little bit of everything, though I will say in the past maybe 6-7 years, I've kind of graduated to the realm of PC gaming. So that's kind of my bread and butter now. And the great thing about the PC is it kind of has a little bit of everything. So you do have your games that are on Xbox and PlayStation on the computer, as well as a lot of the retro stuff. So I figured, why not maybe go take a trip down memory lane and play some older games for the first installment, because they're very near and dear to me. So I hope that you'll enjoy and watch. And again, if you're watching, please feel free to engage in the chat. The whole idea here is to foster any discussion, whether you want to talk about memories of your own, share your own memories about games, what they mean to you when you started, or any type of news. Obviously, there's a lot of news going around. We're in right during the holiday season, and that's when the new systems come out. So the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and Series S. I know it's a bit confusing with the Xbox. And so that's a whole new generation happening imminently, I think, in the next 2 weeks. So if you want to talk about that, or even things like the Switch, or anything else, any game that you play, anything's open for discussion. The whole idea here is to, while I play games, you feel free to chime in and say what you'd like about games, and I'll definitely field anything, and we can go from there. I think it's a really cool outlet using technology and the internet and streaming and all of that to maybe do something, because this would be something that we'd be doing at the library physically, but now, since everyone's at home, I'm at home, I'm sure you're at home, and we could do it remotely. It's just as well, and it's safe. So that's the important thing. Oh my goodness, you just reminded me that my Pikmin pre-order is ready for pickup. Okay, so that is on the Switch, correct? Pikmin 3. So that's coming out. And, I only played the first Pikmin back on the GameCube. I used to work at Toys R Us many moons ago, and I remember seeing it in the little demo kiosks that they had. And it was a very quirky, very, I would like to say, Nintendo game, because Nintendo is all about those unique experiences that only they can really provide. So, it's interesting. I mean, they're on the 3rd installment now, so that's good. And I think there've probably been like 1 or 2 side games, correct? Please correct me if I'm wrong. So, it reminds me of an old PC game way back in the day called Lemmings. Now, this is probably showing my age, but Lemmings was a game on the computer back in the late 80s, early 90s, and the whole idea was you had this big, these creatures called lemmings. They're like humanoids, and you have to guide them from A to B. And of course, along the way, there are a whole bunch of obstacles and dangerous pits and traps that they can fall into. And they only move in one direction. So like they're going to A to B, but you kind of have to like guide them safely, or else they'll, get hurt or something. So it sounds easy initially, but things do get harder progressively. So it reminds me of that, at least from what I've seen. Pikmin is like this big wave, a horde of little creatures that are doing things, and I guess you have to micromanage what they do to get them to complete their objective, or I'm assuming they probably need to go somewhere to progress to the next stage or whatever it may be. Yes, Pikmin 3 Deluxe. There was a demo that was downloadable in the Nintendo eShop. I already played the demo, and you can transfer your data over to the actual game. Okay, that's cool. That's something that maybe a lot of developers don't do, and I think that's something that should be more standard. Let's say you play a demo for a game that's coming out 4 or 5 months from now, or whatever it may be. If you could play that demo and make progress in it, why can't you just transfer it over to the main game? That's something that to me should be standard, but a lot of companies kind of neglect that whole thing. So kudos on them for allowing you to take your save and transfer from the demo to the actual game. That way, if you invested time and effort into the demo, then why not? It'll give you a leg up when you buy the actual game. That way you don't have to repeat what you just did in the demo over again, right? So I am just promoting this on my social medias. So one moment. This is all a learning experience for me, but I think this will be a really cool thing. And obviously it'll be better once I start playing. So bear with me 1 second. All right. Perfect. All right, so there's a story mode, and then there are bingo battles, missions, boss battle missions, etc. In the deluxe version, you can apparently play the story mode with 2 people in co-op mode. Okay. Bingo battles, that sounds intriguing. Okay. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get this going. And you know what? Actually, I'm glad to see the chat, so I can actually read everything legibly. And Cassandra, since you're here, or if anyone else is here, please let me know if everything sounds clear and looks clear. I've kind of been tweaking with this throughout the days to make sure that everything is as smooth as possible. So I'd appreciate any feedback. And I'm going to start the first game right now and see how that looks. Sounds and looks good. All right, perfect. So that means I did good. All right, good job, me. High five. High five and applause. So I think this should show up on screen. Yes, it does. Perfect. Enjoy this nice little intro. It's very cool. Now that's very cool. I can't lie. That's cool. Very snazzy, very, very lively. I think it's cool. So, as you can see, I'm going to start off with the Sega Genesis Classics Collection. So this is available, I believe, on any current gen platform. So it's available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch. I am playing the PC version, which is on Steam. So it's a really cool compilation of a whole bunch of Sega Genesis games. And the really cool thing about it, as you can see here, the front end of the game kind of emulates what a living room, maybe back in the 90s, looked like. So as you can see, you've got your old school CRT TV. To me, it looks like it's maybe a 13-inch TV. So that's kind of a throwback for me, because that's what I had growing up. I started off with a 10-incher, then graduated to the 13, then to 15, and then, if you were really cool and lucky, 20-inch, 25, you know, but that's luxury. So yeah, this is a facsimile of, an approximation, I should say, of a 90s living room. So from here you have various things you can tweak, but it's really cool because, you know, the room is decorated. As you can see, there are various Sega Genesis games as posters littered around the wall. Starting from left to right, you've got Comic Zone, which you'll notice it says Mega Drive on the left. So, to give some trivia, Sega Genesis in the US was known as the Mega Drive internationally. So in Japan, when it came out, which came out in Japan first, it was called Mega Drive. Then in Europe, it was called Mega Drive. And then when it came out in America, I don't know, I think the reason why is Mega Drive was the name of a rock band, I think, at the time. So in order to not cause any copyright conflicts or legality issues, Sega had to change the name, which is why they changed it to the Genesis. So it's an interesting little tidbit of history. Sonic the Hedgehog. Now the interesting thing about this poster is the Sonic the Hedgehog. This is actually what the cover for the game, the first Sonic the Hedgehog game, looked like in Japan. So you'll notice that Sonic's design is a little bit different. He looks much more cute, I guess you could say. He's rounder overall, where if you compare that to the American cover, he's a little bit more angular. He's showing more of an attitude, because that was kind of the thing, the marketing idea behind the Genesis and Sonic. You know, they created Sonic to try to compete with Mario. Mario was obviously the mascot of Nintendo, and Sonic was, oh, well, Sonic is fast. He has an attitude. Kind of like the youth of the 90s. They're angsty and you know, maybe not troublemakers, but people who aren't goody two-shoes, I guess is the best way to put it. So Sonic was given a distinct, more, I guess, aggressive look in America as opposed to the more cutesy look in Japan. I had a portable VHS TV combo that you could bring into the car. Okay. It was super bulky, but I loved it. I actually still have it, and I use it from time to time to test game systems. Oh, very nice. So that's one of the things about technology from then to today. Back then, any equipment that you'd buy, VHS, TVs, microwaves, refrigerators, they were built to last. Just you compare them to today, and a lot of things that you buy technology-wise now, after 3 years, tends to break down. And that just didn't happen back then. So it's an interesting little comparison from back then to now. You'll notice on the very bottom, we got a Super Soaker. Who didn't have a Super Soaker growing up? I actually had that specific, the yellow with the big tube, the reservoir on the top. I don't remember the specific name, but I think it was the Super Soaker 500, I think, is what it was called. I could be wrong. So you have your corded phone. That's a throwback. You know, that's something that anybody who grew up back then, everyone had to use phones with cords. You know, we're also used to everything being wireless these days. Get spoiled. So you'll notice also there's a Streets of Rage poster up top, Magic 8 Ball up top. You'll notice the little cup next to the subwoofer, the speaker, got that little purple and blue, lines. That's very typical of what you would see in arcade, not arcade, but malls, mall cafeterias back in the day. They just had that very early 90s, like late 80s, early 90s visual aesthetic. And it's something that strikes a lot of nostalgia just by seeing that, because it was so generic, and you would see it everywhere back then. But nowadays you don't, because everything is branded. So it's really cool, the attention to detail that they have here. You'll notice there's some VHS cassettes on the bottom there. Old school power supply. Actually in the back here, you've got the Revenge of Shinobi poster, Golden Axe poster, and actually underneath the Golden Axe poster is the actual Golden Axe. So this kid, whoever he was, or he or she, was very cool, because he had it all. Like, he also has a Sega clock, has an Altered Beast poster. He's got some Sonic the Hedgehog comics there on the bottom. Sonic the Hedgehog carpet. So, he's got a stereo system. He's got a turntable. So I'm very jealous of this kid. This kid has got it going on. But obviously the meat and potatoes is the selection of games. So this particular collection, I believe, excuse me, comes with about 45 games, I believe. So it's a pretty good selection, going from, titles like Alex Kidd. So Alex Kidd was actually Sega's mascot before Sonic the Hedgehog, because the Sega Genesis was not Sega's first console. The first console in America was the Sega Master System, which is very similar to the old NES. In Japan, they had different consoles even before that, but Alex Kidd was their mascot, so to speak. And he was popular in the international market, but in America, he never really gained foot. So it wasn't until Sonic came around that Sega had a really definitive mascot. So there's a bunch of games, all alphabetized, and what's really cool is it kind of mimics the box art of the old Genesis games. So, the old Genesis games are very signature, at least in the early days. You could tell that it was a Genesis game by looking at the black box with the little white grid. It was just very signature. It's kind of an evolution of going back to their previous system, which was called the Sega Master System. So the Sega Master System, instead of the black aesthetic, it was a white aesthetic with black lines. So it was kind of like a chart or graph paper, if you remember that from the old school days. It was very similar to graph paper. So the Genesis, instead of the white, it substituted it for black with the white lines. At least for the early days of the Genesis, the first few years. Later on, it kind of went with a red and gray, red, black, and gray aesthetic with the boxes. So this is very big trip down memory lane here. But anyways, since we're talking about Sonic, I guess maybe let's play Sonic the Hedgehog, huh? The first Sonic. So to be fully in the mood, I actually am using, you could see, a retro-bit Sega Genesis controller. So this is actually officially licensed by Sega, and Retrobit took the original molds of the Genesis controllers, and this is a specific one for computer. It is USB, but it feels just like the Genesis controller. So I'm going to give this a whirl. Oh yeah, I love to play as accurately as possible. So again, we have a few games to go through. I figure I'd start with Sonic. Now, if anyone has any maybe Genesis requests, and if it's in this list, I could certainly give it a spin. So we'll go ahead and give this a whirl. Again, this, a lot of games, a lot of people when they saw this the first time blew their minds. This is 1991, you have to remember. So the only other competition was Mario, and Mario was 1985. So this was quite a quite a drastic departure from Mario. You know, you couldn't get more different. So I remember seeing this 1991. I was 6 years old, and this blew my mind. It was like, whoa, what is this? This is infinitely faster than what Mario is. It's a whole different thing. So it's interesting to see. Obviously now, you know, people kind of gloss over it, but this was a big deal when it came out. You know, there was nothing quite like it. And again, the great thing about this, unlike Mario at the time, I mean, obviously Mario advanced over time, but at the time Mario was very by the numbers, very safe. You know, it played things safe. So, you know, it was, I wouldn't say bland, but it was much more piecemeal. And Sonic broke the mold. Because it did not follow the traditional gameplay designs of Mario. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm not going too fast. I could if I wanted to. But I'm taking my time because if you get more than 50 rings and you complete the stage, you get access to what is known as the special stage. So like for example right here, if I spin and jump in the ring, I get access to the special stage. And in the special stage, you get a chance to collect what is called a Chaos Emerald. So now I'm going to pause here. Now the wonderful thing about this new, or the modern gaming thing, is you have access to things called save states. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a save slot, and so that way, in case I mess up, I could just reload. Because the thing is, you know, back then in this special stage, the whole idea is there's like a spinning, the level is spinning, and you have one chance to try to find the where the Chaos Emerald is. The problem is there's a lot of false exits that will immediately end the stage. So it really was a matter of repetition and memorization to figure out where you needed to go. And back then you only had one chance. But in this case, because of the advent of technology, I'm able to save. So if I fail, I can just load it up again. So I figure, you know, let's try to be successful here. Did you ever play Sonic Mania that came out on Switch? I know you were more of a PC gamer, but I was wondering if you ever had a chance to check it out. I have not, actually. That's actually one of the games I have, but I just never had the chance to play it just yet. I've heard great things about Sonic Mania, and I do know that the story behind Sonic Mania, it's a really interesting behind-the-scenes thing where one of the people responsible for Sonic Mania is a guy called Christian Whitehead, who initially was a fan, just a fan like anyone else, and a couple years ago he decided to recreate this game, Sonic 1 and 2, on a new engine he had created. I think it's called I don't know if it was the Hedgehog engine or something like that. And he was able to take this game, but also add modern mechanics like the spin dash, the jump bounce from Sonic 3, widescreen support, and just higher resolution textures and everything. So it caught the attention of Sega, and it came to the point where Sega hired him to spearhead this official game called Sonic Mania. So he actually, this is where I need to go. Okay, so now I'm in a good standing here. So this is where I want to go because the Chaos Emerald's right there. So I want to save again, and just in case. So while I talk, so Sonic Mania came out. It was a big success. You know, I think for fans, because a lot of people were clamoring for a return to the old school Sonic mechanic, which admittedly had disappeared for a while. And oh, I don't want to go there. And I don't want to go there. Now see, that's what I was looking to avoid. But sometimes easier said than done. So I'm going to go ahead and load back. And hopefully second time around, I'll do better. So, yeah, it's one of those things where Sega allowed a fan to... Oh, I want to go back. Alright, so I'm going to wait until this turns around. There we go. There's the emerald. So yeah, it was actually a case where Sega hired a fan because they were so impressed with the work he did by reverse engineering this game into a modern aesthetic that they hired him for Sonic Mania. He was actually one of the people spearheading that particular game. So really a cool little bit of history there. I loved Sonic and loved this game when it came out. Yeah, I mean, Sonic was different. It was different than Mario. You know, it's kind of night and day. And that's not saying anything wrong about Mario. Mario is timeless. But Sonic had a different feel. It had different music. It had a different speed, a different visual aesthetic. I don't think I have ever played the special stage. My mind is blown. Yeah, so you have a chance every stage. So long as you get 50 rings, you are good. So the thing is to try to not get hit. That's one of the big tenets. All right, so I'm going to try something here. I remember this from my youth. You see where these spikes are? So normally with game design, it's a thing where, okay, you're not supposed to go there because that leads to death and doom. But in this case, what is there? I remember this from when I was a kid. There's a little bit of a hidden path if you're bold enough to... Oh, wow. Yegman, thank you for the subscription. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you, Yegman. So, you're more than welcome to engage in the chat as well. So that's, thank you so much for the subscription. And this is happening every Friday from 4 to 6. So, always nice to see a new face. So now that you got the subscription, you should just make sure, I think you click on the bell to get the notifications when we go live. So it'll be 4 to 6 p.m. every Friday. So, I remember this from when I was a kid. So as I was saying before, if you are able to jump past the spikes, it'll lead you to a new area. So hopefully, there we go. Exploration has its benefits. And then there's a wall. So to do that, you gotta roll. And sometimes you gotta do it twice. Get some momentum. And there you go. I got the boots, which make me go faster. Alright, got it. So the shield here blocks you from getting hit once. Now I want to try to get as many rings as I can. I don't want to fall into the spikes, so I want to try to jump at the right time so that I can catch the swing. Oh. Try and try again. There we go. Alright. So again, with these fish, you want to make sure you jump on them. As long as you jump on them, you are fine. And I kind of messed that up, but I'll do that again. Get momentum. Spin, and this will give me invincibility. So I just want to make sure I don't fall on the spikes, because that will be the end of me. And I think this is getting near to the end of this stage. Alright, so here's where the momentum comes. Alright. Make sure I get the ring, so now I'll be on the special stage again. So again, in order to get that big ring and to get to the special stage, you need to have at least 50 rings. when you complete the stage. So again, this happens every Act 1 and 2, because Act 3 is when you fight the boss, and that's when you don't have a chance to do the special stage. So this one is, the layout of these mazes is different every time. So this one, I remember, if I remember correctly, there's 4 walls. 3 of them are end goals, because if you hit the blinking red goal, it'll end the stage immediately. And then one of them has a false wall that you can cut through, and that's where the Chaos Emerald is. So I need to find the right one. That's cool. Didn't know about Sonic Mania. Wow. Who knew? Not me, yes. I am a repository for a lot of information about games, perhaps more than I'd like to admit. But that's kind of, you know, one of the things about this gaming. Oh, see, for example, that's not where I wanted to go. So I'll just reload. So again, there are false starts, and there are places you don't want to go. That being one of them. Now, that's a false one. I don't want to... I want to go here. Nope. Nope, don't want to go there. So that little part with the wall is where I want to go. So I want to try to guide myself here. Oh, nope. Right, this is a safe zone. I want to go here. Nope. See, it's a test of patience for sure, and skill. I want to fall through. Nope. I want to go here. This is where I want to go. Okay. Okay. I made good progress. So this is where I want to be. That's where the Chaos Emerald is. So in here, I remember there's a big square of blocks that I need to break through. Like right here. So I want to try to take as much... The more I lean on these, they'll break down. And it'll allow me to... Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to try to make my way back down here. So I'm going to wait till this spins, then I can go here. Fall through, break through, and get the emeralds. Alright, so that's 2 emeralds. Takes a little bit of persistence, but eventually you will get through. And I got a free life, so that's cool. Icing on the cake. Alright, so Green Hill Zone Act 3, this is the stage with the boss. So this is where you fight Robotnik for the first time, or Eggman, depending on who you ask. So yeah, we'll get through. And so actually this one, because there's no special stage, I could, if I wanted to, I could just speed through. I don't really have to worry about getting 50 rings. Pretty much as long as you have 1 ring against Robotnik, you're fine. But this way, he's such an easy boss that you don't even need to worry about that, to be honest. But just in case... Again, unlike Mario, original Mario at least, there are multiple routes. You can either go way up top, you can go in the middle, or you can go on the bottom. So Sonic was different in that regard. Oop, there we go, that's 1. Now with enemies, you can either jump on them, or you can roll. Whichever's easier. Alright, so this is another sphere. And Take this to bypass the logs. Again, different routes. Invincibility, so I don't have to worry about getting hurt. Get more rings though, for sure. Get more rings is always good. Then I could just speed through if I wanted to. Now, the boss is actually coming right up, so I need to jump over here. I remember there's another invincibility around here as well. So that one is the tree all the way at the end. So if I remember correctly, you gotta get momentum. And then jump through, basically. So I gotta jump through the little hoop here. And then get that. There we go. And here's the boss. So I want to get Robotnik as many times as I can in the start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think 8. And there he's done. All while I had invincibility. And there's Act 1. Free the animals that he has captured and turn into robots. And there you go. That is Sonic the Hedgehog Green Hill Zone, Act 1, 2, and 3. On to the next zone. Marble Zone. So yeah, that is Sonic. Who gotta go fast? Nuker. What up, Nuker? How you doing, man? I did love being able to explore. Yeah, so there's two ways to play Sonic. You can either run roughshod and go super fast, and again, the game allows you to do that, but a little bit less so with each subsequent stage. I will say that the later stages do punish you for going fast, because they're much more claustrophobic. So, I will say Green Hill Zone is probably the most liberating stage in terms of allowing you to go fast. This one, a little bit different, because there's a lot of things like lava getting in the way. Now, I'm going to be cautious here, because I want to get 50 rings. Now, this enemy here, well, you know what? I can bypass him. It's just one ring. But normally... Whoop. That was close. Now those enemies, those caterpillar enemies, you're supposed to roll. That's usually the best way to deal with them. 1, 2, 3. So alright, I'm at 50 rings. Now, interesting thing, if you compare for whatever reason, the Japanese version of Sonic and the American version are a bit different. So one of the telltale signs that you're playing the American version, if you look at the clouds in the back, they don't move. In the Japanese version, the clouds move from right to left. Why they decided to make the clouds static in the American one, I don't know. But it's just a design decision that they did. It's a bit of a quirk. And actually in prototype builds of Sonic, in the background you could actually see what looked like UFOs in the background. So why those were there, I don't know. Maybe the story had something to do with that at the time, but they're no longer there, obviously, as you could see. And you want to be careful. You don't want to get hit by the spikes. Now you want to move this box to the left. That way when you hit the switch, or you know what? I actually messed that up. That is my fault. So the box should reset. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to push the box to the switch. Then hang out over here. And now you can make your way. Now some of these blocks sometimes have spikes, so you want to be careful. There you got your checkpoint. Now there are secrets sometimes, so it does benefit you to look around. Sometimes there may be like a false wall or something along those lines. Now some of these jumps can be a little bit tricky. Just got to get the right amount of momentum. There you go. Now this one you got to be careful because there is a big thing that drops down. So you want to make sure you don't fall or get hit by it. But when it falls down, that's your chance to jump. Again, false wall. Secret. There you go. And a free life while you're at it. Not too bad. Not a bad gig. Alright, so now you can go over here. I will look at the chat in a second. I don't want to make anyone feel like they're being left out, so... Alright, so what you want to do is jump on this. Then jump there. Go back outside. Alright. Gotta run, just wanted to stop by. Good luck. Thank you so much, Nuker. I appreciate it. Again, this will be happening every Friday from 4 to 6. And, you know, I'll be looking to do a different selection of games. But I think it'll be fun. I hope whoever is watching, I hope you're enjoying. I mean, it's always fun to revisit Sonic for me, so... Alright, and I think this is the end of stage 1. Yes. Alright. So another special stage. Completed. Again, slow and steady wins the race. You could go through it quickly if you wanted to, but I like to err on the side of caution. But that's just me. Alright. So this stage, oh man, I don't remember. I remember this is a bigger stage. It's like a big open field. And I think it's towards the middle where the emerald is, but obviously there's a lot of obstacles in the way, so probably gonna have to do this a few times to figure out where I need to go. Because there's gonna be a lot of... Oop, don't want to go there. I'm pretty sure it's towards the center. Yep, that's not where I want to go. Oh, there it is. I already found it. So I want to break through the layers. Oop, oop. Alright. So this is going to be tough, because once you get there, it becomes hard to stay there. You want to try to, like, find the right groove. There we go. Ah, so close, so close. Alright. So I want to try to fall back in. There we go. There we go. Persistence pays off. Chaos Emerald number 3. Perfect. I like it. And a free life. Not a bad deal. Alright, so since I did that, I want to save. Because I don't want to do that again, if I don't have to. And again, you know, obviously when you played this back in the Genesis days, you didn't have the luxury of saving it. You had to do it in one shot. So the whole idea was that every stage, outside of Act 3, gave you the chance to do it in each stage, Act 1 or 2. And I think there's, what is it? Green Hill Zone, Marble Zone, Spring Hill Zone, I think Labyrinth Zone, Starlight Zone, and then Scrap Brain Zone, and Final Zone. So 7 zones, each zone with 3 acts, Actually, the last one I think is just one. But they gave you all those opportunities. So I think this one, if memory serves correctly, you have 6 emeralds, not 7. The later games retconned the story so that there were 7 emeralds, but I think in this one there were 6. And I remember there's quite an infamous glitch with this particular stage. There's a way to skip the vast majority of the level. But I don't remember how to do it, to be honest. I remember in this one, I think you gotta run from the lava, if I remember correctly. So again, this one, obviously you're waiting. And you know what? There's a secret here. So again, if you go off the beaten path, there are always alternate routes, which in most cases will reward you. In this case, I get rewarded with rings and a shield, which could serve to be very useful. Alright, yep. This is where you gotta run from the lava. So I remember there was a glitch where you could, like, warp through the wall to avoid getting hit by the lava. And if you gain enough momentum. So again, I have 31 rings, so I want to make sure I have 50. So you just want to be gingerly, want to take your time, because going quickly is what can cause you to get hurt. Again, safest thing with these guys, just roll into them. And something like this, you know, like if you're going fast, this will send you right back into the lava. So, you know, it always is good to look at your surroundings and see where you're going. So just in case I get hurt here, I don't remember. I think this one is a little tricky because it has some lava jumps. So I'd rather err on the side of caution. So, oh, it says I have 4 viewers. Thank you to those of you watching. And please don't feel shy. More than welcome to entertain any discussion that you may have. It could be anything about games. Obviously not just the Sonic that I'm playing, but that's just what I'm playing to just pass the time. No, I'm sorry, I'm not a speedrunner. Never was. Alright, so I want to go up here. And I remember there was some kind of... Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn there was a false wall somewhere. Now, with this caterpillar, you don't want to jump on him unless it's the head. Those spikes will hurt you that are on the side of his body, so... Usually the safest way to deal with the caterpillar, wait until he faces you, and then just spin. That'll take care of him. More often than not, then... Alright, so I'm exactly at 50 rings. So I hope I don't screw it up. But in case I do, I'll save, just in case. Because again, I do want to try to get all the emeralds. I figure, well, the good thing, in case you didn't know, if you do get all the emeralds, you do get a slightly different ending in the game. So, it does pay to get all the emeralds. I guess it would be the game's happy ending. We just got a notification. Paula Andrea, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much, and obviously you can see I have Tails as the mascot for the subscription. Thank you to those of you who are subscribing. So in case you're just walking in, this is the NPL Video Game Club. So it's a new program where I am just playing video games every Friday from 4 to 6, and just try to bring a discussion here for people who love video games, who, you know, obviously during the lockdown and quarantine, we're probably playing more video games than normal because we're at home. So yeah, I think it's a really cool way to just create a discussion and just a community, so you feel safe and feel like you belong. You know, we're open to everyone here. You could play any game. You could have just played one game in your life. That's fine. You're still a gamer. So feel free to engage in the chat. I'll try to catch up with you guys. Man, this brings back memories. You know, it does. It does. Specifically for me, you know, I have a lot of fond memories of playing this with my older brother. It was a big bonding moment for us. You know, quality time after school. Assuming you did good in school, video games were your reward. So, yeah, it's really cool. I mean, honestly, I haven't played through Sonic 1 in many years, so it's always nice to revisit it. And if I could do it through this video game club, then even better. So you want to watch out with the lava here. So like here, there's an alternate route if I go to the left, because normally you're supposed to go down to the right, but I think there is either an extra life or something if I go this way. Invincibility, even better. So now with the invincibility, I can just bypass all of this. I don't have to worry about getting hurt. But I do need to wait for this to get up. But yeah, the spikes don't hurt me. And this should be the end of the stage. Oh, I missed. Oh my god, I need to redo it. Yeah, well, good thing I saved at that one point. But yeah, see, the momentum of the hills kind of mess with your jumping a bit. So, good thing I saved where I was there. So, alright. You live and learn. It's trial and error, right? Alright, so I can go through this again. Not having to worry. Hopefully I go fast enough. I can skip. Nope. Alright. Jump through. Jump through. Alright, in case I mess this up again, let me save here. There we go. Second time's a charm. Alright. So this will be Chaos Emerald number 4, assuming I get it. Now this one, I don't remember at all. I don't remember the layout. So I'm gonna have to figure it out on the fly. But that's what it's all about, right? Trial and error, discovery, and that's how you get rewarded with the goodies. Same, playing with my older brothers. Yeah, you know, it's I mean, my brother, my older brother, he started, obviously he's older than me, so he started with the Atari 2600. And, you know, we're different. We're about 7 years apart. So I was When Sonic 1 came out, I was 6, so he was what? He was what, 13? So, you know, he was still playing video games, but, you know, he was kind of changing up, going to middle school and getting older, so video games maybe weren't as cool to him as they were to me, just because of the age difference, but still, we bonded over them, and Sonic was a game that we played a lot. NBA Jam was another game that we played a lot. Oh, we played that so much. Actually, X-Men, the first X-Men game for Genesis, we played that a lot. So there's a lot of fond memories with the Genesis, and me playing with my brother. Our first system was the NES. Nice, nice. So that was the first system for a lot of people. Yeah, without a doubt. All right, so gotta figure out this path here. Kinda gotta go through it slow here and figure out what's what. Ooh, that's not where I want to go. Alright, so this is a maze. Question is, can I get to where I want to go? This is where I want to go. That's where I want to go. I have a feeling that's where I need to go. So I want to go there. That's a goal. I don't want to go there. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, I want to go this way. And you know what? I think I'm going to save here, because I don't know. I have a feeling I'm on the right track, but it's such a twisting maze, it's hard to tell. Me and my brothers used to play Zombies Ate My Neighbors all the time for Super Nintendo. Okay, that's a really fun game too. Actually a really awesome choice for Halloween. Okay, this is where I want to be. Perfect. And I got a free life. Life is good right now. Alright, so I just want to eat away at this as much as I can. And I don't want to jump through. Alright, there we go. Eat away, chip away, chip away. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, man. And the goals are right there. It's tough. Alright. Wow, that is rough. Alright. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's load. Third time's a charm. There we go. So that's 4 emeralds. Perfect. So that would be 2 more emeralds to go. Alright, so now would be the boss with Robotnik. So in this one, again, I don't have to worry about getting 50 rings. But I do want to at least have 1 or 2. That way, in case Robotnik hurts me, with Sonic, you drop your rings, but as long as you pick one back up, you're good to go. Close, never give up, that's like, no, absolutely. I mean, with this one, I can retry. If you played this on the original Genesis, unfortunately, you don't have that luxury. Save states were not a thing back then, but I was able to do it as a kid, but it was just a lot of practice. Alright, so again, different routes you could take. You want to watch out there, because that's just lava. You don't want to get hit by the lava. You don't want to get crushed by these things. Now you want to break these. Now, if I remember correctly, there were spikes on some of these blocks. You always want to take a look at your surroundings, because you never know what there may be up ahead. Alright. You know what? I don't think I need to save. I'm gonna risk it. You know, if I was 6-year-old, 7-year-old me could do this, 35-year-old me can certainly do this, right? Hope so. Again, I would like to thank anyone who's watching. For those of you who've subscribed, thank you so much. My immeasurable thanks go out to you. It's extremely kind. And again, we're doing this every Friday here on the NPL YouTube channel. Want to make sure there's nothing up there. Hey, okay, let me catch up on the comments here. I see there's some new comments. Bobby Smith. Hey, thank you, Bobby Smith. Hey, man, love your streams. Keep it up, buddy. They always make my day. Well, thank you, Bobby Smith. That's very, very kind of you to say. Just so you know, if you want to subscribe to the NPL YouTube, I'm doing this every Friday. This is a brand new program here for the library, so here we go. More secrets. See? Always pays to explore. Always pays to explore. And I just quickly thought this is something that's there. I didn't know for sure. Oh, alright, see? These guys came out of nowhere. Messed me up. But that's fine, that's fine. Again, I don't need 50 rings. It happens. But again, I recovered. And again, very diabolically placed bats, just to ensure that you feel the hurt. So, alright, so I believe Robotnik will be up on this summit here, if I remember correctly. And I could be wrong, but I think Robotnik is here. Boom, the Ring King has lost his coins. Yeah, you see those bats that came out of nowhere. It's you know, very ingenious enemy. Oh, and again, look at that. Alright. Very diabolical. Alright, so Robotnik is going to be right here. He's in between these two. So he drops lava on the... So you gotta hit him. Then move to the next one. If you're good, you can hit him twice. And there you go. So every fight with Robotnik has a specific strategy. You know, in the beginning it starts off easy. It eventually does get harder. As actually in this one, Spring Hill Zone, he is a bit more difficult because there are pits where you can just fall to your doom. So, alright, so we made it here. So this is the casino-esque staple of Sonic. So it's going to be harder to get 50 rings in each stage. So that's something that it is tough. And luckily with the save states, you get to make it go by a little bit easier. I honestly don't think I've ever made it this far on my own. I used to make my brothers play for me when I got too hard. You know, it's tough to get used to it again. Because I'm so... See? That. When you have no rings, that's what happens. You walk into an enemy, pay the price. You live and learn, though. Luckily, I had those extra lives. That was my fault for running into them, foolishly. Now, there is a hidden, if I go and hit this platform. That thing is, I don't remember if there's something... Nope. This is just the beginning. Alright. So, I want to watch out for... I want to try to get the rings here. But again, completely random how the springs work. You can't really... You're kind of under their mercy. Boom. Boom. Now I remember there were false walls around here too. Or maybe it's just my memory playing tricks on me. Now, there were spinning. There were the big maces. You gotta watch out for those. Oh, these guys. Yeah. Those guys, you gotta... Oh, man, I forgot all about them. Yeah, you gotta watch out for them. Alright. So because I'm closer to 50 and I'm not familiar with this, it's not that I'm not familiar, but I just don't remember every little pitfall. So I just have to be careful. Yegman, do you ever speedrun this? No, I've never been cool enough to speedrun, honestly. I remember all of these acts, but I think my brother's probably played most of it. Okay. Yeah, it's just, I've seen speedrunners do it, but like I don't have the skill to do that. Oh, whoops! I missed my calling there. Let me see if I can do it again. Missed it. All right, so I want to make sure I get up here. Obviously not what I wanted. Oh, I didn't save, did I? I did save, I did save. So I want to make sure I still have 50 rings. So I want to... Well, I messed that up again. It's been a lot of years, so I forget the momentum of Sonic's jumps here. Alright, so I want to go this way. And again, I could go through quickly, but as long as you just wait, you can just move from platform to platform without a worry. Getting ever closer to 50. So I just want to make sure I save, because I don't want to lose this. I've speedran other games, obviously not well, and it's pretty fun. Yeah, it is pretty fun. I mean, basically what happens is when you speedrun something like Sonic, you basically have to study, you know, the stages, and every, like, little nook and cranny and aspect, you gotta analyze it, because you figure out, you know, how to manipulate the physics of, like, the jumps and all that. Or where enemies spawn, or you know, you can even like I know when I just did Marble Run or Marble Zone, I know there's a glitch, I think in Act 2, where if you like hug a specific wall, you'll warp through it, but then the game doesn't intend for you to do it. So then like you skip the whole stage. I know that. That's like a speedrunning tactic with that particular level. And I know that's what speedrunning is. Like you study the ins and outs of the game pretty much to like a scientific degree. You know? And that's cool. It's just, I don't know, I've never been one to do it myself because I like to play to explore, you know? When I was smaller, when I was younger, I could speedrun no problem because I didn't really, it didn't really affect me. But now that I'm older, I like to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. Alright, so there's two ways you could do this. You could either jump through, or you can go through the middle and be safe. And that's usually the best way to do it. You don't want to take any risks. Yeah, always watch out when he does that. See, I'm just going to keep saving in little increments because I want to make sure I get the Chaos Emeralds. So I just want to be safe. Ooh. I see something like that. That almost could have killed me. Had I not reacted well enough. So sometimes they put things in these levels just to purposely trick you. Is this the end? Yes. Alright. Perfect. So slowly but surely, I surpassed Act 1. So now I'm going to save here for the special stage. And save. And see where the emerald is this time. But yeah, Yagman, Bobby Smith, Cassandra, anyone else watching, thank you. My immeasurable thanks go out to you for hanging out, watching me play some games. Do you have any questions for me, maybe, you know, about gaming in general? Or maybe I can ask you, maybe since I was doing Genesis, it's one of my, not my earliest, but one of my fondest memories of games. I'll ask those of you watching, what are some of your fondest memories playing games as a kid? You know, obviously when we were younger, video games were such a special, special moment and a really good way to bond with family, friends. So I'm actually curious to see, I know Cassandra, you mentioned it, like playing Zombies Ate My Neighbors and things like that. But anyone else, I'm actually curious to hear, how did you start off with gaming? Or what are some of your earliest or fondest memories of playing games? Like, what was that one game that really made you go, wow, man, video games are really cool. And let me get in on this, you know? I'd be very curious. So I don't really want to speed this up, but it's not really giving me a choice. I think I'm on the right path. I think, but I could be wrong. Not the case. Not so much. Alright. So this is just going to be like a big cavern of twists and turns. But this is how you discover what's going on. So I want to make sure I don't fall in that direction again. I'm thinking this might be the way. So the more of these things that I see... Alright, here we go. Here we go. Perfect. Now we're getting somewhere. Make my way through. Chaos Emerald number 5. Perfect. And I got a free life too. Things are good, things are good. Alright. Thank you all for your positive energy here. Always nice to accomplish something. Whether it be in life or in games, always nice to see some progress made through. So I think there's only one more emerald, if I'm not mistaken. I also have fond memories of playing Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on my green Game Boy Pocket. I remember playing it a lot on long car rides or when we were traveling. Yeah, so funny story about Link's Awakening for me. So, my father, works at a college, or worked at a college, and oh, this is the really high, yeah, alright, I remember that one. So my father worked at a college, and he stumbled upon so many games that people would just leave, just like in the hallways, or in an empty classroom. So one day he came home with Link's Awakening on Game Boy Color, Pokemon Yellow, and I don't remember what else. I think Wario Land 2, yeah, for Game Boy Color. And I got 3 free games that day, so it was a good day. I can't complain. If you look up, CPU, just random little neon signs. Just, like one of them I think said hope, or cope. Like why it would say that? You'd have to ask the developers, like why they threw those random, things in there. There's 42 rings now. Getting there, slowly but surely. Also, during the PS1 era, my brothers and I loved playing the Cool Borders games, which sadly did not hold up that well. Yeah, that was the snowboarding game. I think there were 3 of them, if memory serves me correct. I think I only ever played the first one. I remember there was something in the middle here. No? Or there was something in the wall. There was, yep. Okay. There, no, but I remember there was a second false wall. If you... No? Okay. But yes, again, secrets strewn about everywhere. You need only look. Paula, I remember playing Sonic on my Xbox 360. Okay, yeah, so which Sonic? There's quite a few for 360. There was the 2006 Sonic, which not a lot of people like. I mean, it does have a lot of problems. There's no doubt about it. It was one of those things where they had a really good idea with it, but it just didn't work out execution-wise. It could have been so much better. But there was also on 360, there was, I'm trying to remember what else there was. What other Sonic games on 360? Well, obviously there was something similar to this. There was, I think it was called Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection for 360. There's also, trying to think what else. Sonic 06, Sonic Heroes was the original Xbox. Actually, yeah, I think that might have been the only 360. Oh, Sonic Riders, right? The snowboarding, hoverboard type game. So Sonic 06 would be one of those games that if Sega were to remaster something, because remasters like the big thing with games now, you're taking games that came out 10, 5, 15 years ago and making them modern or HD. I think Sonic 2006 would be one of those games that would greatly benefit from a remaster to take all of those problems that were in that game and just ironing them out. You know, it's been so many years, and I think it's a good game at its core. It just has so many glitches and so many performance issues that I think it would greatly benefit from a modern release. The car one. Oh, the Sonic All-Stars Racing. That's the one. So Sonic All-Stars Racing, the first one, which I think on 360 had Wreck-It Ralph and Danica Patrick. And then there was the sequel, Transformed, the one where every lap your car would transform into something else. Okay. That was actually a really fun game. I dare say it gave Mario Kart a run for its money. So I don't want to fail here because I have 93 rings. But yeah, those were good games. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Just for the sake of getting Chaos Emeralds. If I was not going for Chaos Emeralds, I'd be going, you know, crazy. But I think this might be the end of the stage. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so that's Act 2. Let's try and get this Chaos Emerald, shall we? I think this might be the last one. If memory serves, I think it's only 6 emeralds in Sonic 1. So I think we might witness a moment, me getting all the emeralds. Sonic Riders, yeah. Sonic Riders was the one with the hoverboards. There was a Kinect game for Xbox with the camera. The name is Sonic Racers, yeah. I remember seeing that one, but I don't think I've ever played it. Yeah, I mean, Sonic has a lot of games. You know, oh, there he is, right in the middle. All right. Let's see, the problem is, because it's all in one spot, I want to try to get through the corners. And then, see, it becomes incrementally harder To get in here, that's the problem. They want to try to get back to that corner I was at. That would make things easier. See, it's easy in theory. Wanna get in there. There we go. But see, the more you move around, Sonic got them all. All 6 emeralds. Alright. So now I could rush through the stages. Not have to worry about getting 50 rings. I don't need to now. I could go at a better pace. So that's awesome. Alright, so 6 rings. Alright, I was correct. I remember seeing that one, don't think I've ever played it. They had some Sonic games for the Wii. Yes, I believe there was Sonic and the Black Knight. Sonic and the Secret Rings, I believe. Which were... the idea, I think, behind them was to do like a fairy tale series where Sonic would be thrown into specific fairy tales of the time. So, like, the Arabian Nights or the... Secret Rings was, I think, Aladdin-esque, and the Black Knight, I think, was King Arthur. So Sonic was being thrown into these fairy tales, which were stemmed from folklore. And I think Sega, it was like a, kind of like a field test to see how those would work. And they didn't go over that well. I know that. They didn't really work. So I don't think people associate like fairy tales with Sonic, you know? Like it wasn't really a good mix. Oh, there was also Sonic Colors. But Sonic Colors, from what I heard, was actually a really good game. So... never played it, but I heard nothing but good things about Sonic Colors. Keep thinking there's a false wall in one of these, but maybe I'm wrong. Ooh. I don't want to get crushed. So I'll just save for the sake of hitting a checkpoint. Black Knight was not great. Yeah, that's the one I think where it kind of had like a weird camera angle, right? Where it was behind Sonic, but you were constantly running towards, like away from the camera, and it was like a weird third person, but from this like a really weird angle. Yeah, it just didn't work. I didn't play it for that long. I didn't play Sonic Colors, but I will check it out because I think I actually own that one. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Sonic Colors. And if you played Sonic Generations, which is an excellent game, if no one's played it before, really good game. And Sonic Generations has a couple Sonic Colors stages. And those are really fun. I highly recommend Sonic Generations for anyone who has not played it. It's a really cool homage to Sonic's past, while also modernizing the stages. So, it's really cool. Oh, there I go. We're being foolish. Jumping the gun. That's alright, we're gonna roll with it. So I don't need a shield for Robotnik. But like, so like sections like this, like if you're speed running, you're gonna be glitching through the stage to like, you know, to bypass these stages, because these parts are really, those parts with the platforms are things you can't avoid. And luckily I got a shield, so that must mean the boss is coming soon. Yep, he's right after these. I remember this. So you gotta go through a series of these, which will then lead you to the platform with Robotnik. Now this one is tricky because he creates pits. So like these blocks that are on the floor up ahead, he kind of comes down and takes like a needle and like yanks them out. So like you actually are on a time limit because he eventually will get all of the blocks and you'll no longer have any ground to stand on. So, oh, you know what? I took the wrong filter there. Sorry. Because it defaults to the TV look. Alright, so if I remember correctly, you gotta hit him 7 times. 1, 2, oop, 1, 2. Three. Oop. See, that's the problem. So you just gotta be careful. 3, 4. So you want to try to get him in the corners here. There we go. 7 hits. Now I know there's a way to do it quicker, but that's more of a speedrunning tactic, but I don't know. With that particular Robotnik boss, I don't know the trick. Dun 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 dun. Now, a lot of people hate this stage. There's a lot of people hate water stages in general. I never really had that issue. I thought it was fine. I mean, yes, it does slow things down, and it kind of is anti-Sonic because you're supposed to be going fast, but it is what it is. But anyways, I'm going to step away momentarily as I do need to grab another glass of water. So I am going to switch to a be right back screen. So I will be right back in a couple seconds. I'm just going to go grab a glass of water. So I hope you'll stick by and we'll see if we can continue Labyrinth Zone. So I will be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. I went to get a drink, so I am back. Let's go ahead and get this started again. So I think I need to refresh the image here. So just one moment. So I know sometimes it takes a second for it to refresh. All right. So we are good. So right now, actually, time is 5:44. So if you'd like, I can go for a little bit past 6. Let's try to beat at least one stage here in Labyrinth Zone. I was thinking, because this is every week, perhaps or if you don't mind, I'd like to complete Sonic maybe next week. Considering I got all the emeralds, I might as well go all the way and try to beat the game, right? Just wouldn't have the time in two hours to do it, but gotta watch out for these guys. And you also gotta watch out so that you don't drown. That's the one. Oh, that's the one thing this stage introduces to the mix, is the fact that you can drown. So you gotta watch out for like these air bubbles, and you gotta catch a bubble to breathe, because if you don't, you will drown. And this music that plays when you're about to drown is some of the most anxiety-inducing music you'll hear in a video game. So you want to try to avoid it as much as possible. Alright, so you want to make sure you get a bubble, because even if you're wearing a shield, you are susceptible to drowning. Can be very anxiety-inducing. There we go. Again, even if you're wearing a shield, it doesn't mean that you're safe. Again, I don't need to worry about rings anymore because I have this. So like something like this. This will be... There we go. Avoided that. Luckily. Now I want to try to jump, hit this switch, which will then give me access to the floor below. Wait for those bubbles, because they will save your life. Again, no reason to rush, especially when there's water in play. You want to take your time. No point in taking any chances. Especially if you don't have to. Gotta wait for the water to rise to bring me back up here. Watch out for those. Again, there's a surprise around every corner. Get your bubble. Again, bubbles do rise. There we go. This should be the end of Act 1. Alright. And we made it through without hearing the drowning song, so that's good, because that is very anxiety-inducing for many people. Let me catch up with here. The acts that had water in them always gave me anxiety. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't blame you, for sure. They're tricky, you know, without a doubt. Alright, so here's where you are out of control. Now I have invincibility. So I want to try to run through as much as possible. But even though you're invincible, you can still drown. So it's kind of ironic in that sense. So like in this case, I want to try to go above ground. Watch where I jump. Again, I don't need all the rings. So there's got to be a switch somewhere up here. There's something that I'm missing. So it's probably a switch down here. Something that I'm missing. So I do need to open that wall. That's where I need to go next. So what am I missing here? There we go. That'll raise the water up, I believe. Or at the very least it'll open this door. Okay. Ooh. Fool me once. We're going for this. Alright, so now I can run through. Try to run through. And you know what? I'll get the bubble, because I don't want to drown. He's very angry. I'm not sure why. As long as you duck, those little things won't hurt you. Go ahead and grab a bubble here. Oh boy. That was my mistake. Oh man, I didn't save, did I? Well, right. Well, there's a checkpoint anyways. Well. That's why you don't jump the gun. Luckily, I have enough lives to get me through, so that's fine. That was pretty funny, though. Well, now I know. Now I know better. You live and learn. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright. So now he's just an angry little sphere. He can't hurt me. So now I know to jump to the next one and not get hurt. These are things you learn, trial and error. That's really what it boils down to. Alright, so just to be safe, I will save here. This may be the end of this act. Yeah. Alright. So you know what? It's 5:56. You know what? Let's do Act 3. Let's go ahead and do the final act just to finish Labyrinth Zone. Teach Robotnik a lesson. Because he's a meanie. And this really, you just let it go on its own. There's really nothing you could do. Or you know what? You can. I'm sorry. You do have to eventually get a platform to get out of the loop. I forgot. Alright. That was close. There we go. So it opened up. Open up this path. I want to try to have as many rings as I can before I fight. Because this one with Robotnik is pretty tricky, because it's kind of a race. You have to kind of race him. So let me get a bubble. Alright. Stuck in the loop. Yeah, I forgot for a second it was a loop. That's my fault for not recognizing that sooner. So yeah, this boss fight with Robotnik can be rather troublesome. Want to watch out for the spikes. Oh no. Oh boy, here we go. Woo. You don't mess with that drowning music. That's the stuff of nightmares. Alright, so that opened up the path on the right. So I should be able to go in there now. Grab another bubble. Thank the stars. Oh boy. I think I may have just sealed my own fate. Alright, so I gotta... Oh boy. Luckily it goes down. Alright. Wow, look at that. Look at that instant death. Oh boy. Alright, well, alright, checkpoint, so that's fine. They're evil, man, I tell you. And of course the enemy just ruined that for me. Come on. And now I have no rings, so that'll make this harder. But at least I have that. Alright. Diabolical, I tell you. Some of the training wheels are off at this point. Oh, here it is. Alright, Racer Robotnik. Gotta try to, like, go through all the obstacles. And you don't see that already wasn't a good start. I'm gonna try that again. So it's literally, you just have to keep racing up top. And keep hitting him while you can, but there's just so many obstacles that it just becomes harder and harder to do. Let's see. Load. 1. And he just mocks you and taunts you. See, it just gets in water too, so you don't want to keep falling because it will just get harder to do. 1. So again, gotta hit him 7 times. That's what happens. You have no rings. It just becomes harder. We'll get him though. All right, 1. So it's like you gotta be really fast. All right, that was a weird glitch. There we go. I don't think there's a way to actually destroy him on the path, because it's just too many obstacles, and he's just always a hair ahead of you. So, but you know what? We did it. We did it. So that is cool. I admire your persistence. I always love seeing the little animals be freed. Yes. Which, for those of you who don't know, in the story of the game, Robotnik kidnaps these animals, turns them into all the enemies that you fight, which is why every time you destroy a robot, you see a little animal jump out. So the animals are essentially being enslaved to become these robotic threats to Sonic. So, but you liberate them once you destroy the robot, so it's pretty cool. All right, so I think that'll be it for today. But next week I want to continue, because it's Starlight Zone, and then Scrap Brain Zone, and then Final Zone. So I think it's only 3 zones left, if memory serves me correctly, for Sonic 1. So we can reconvene next week, and you know, since I got all the emeralds, we might as well just see the game through, right? I think that's the cool thing to do. So yeah, thank you all who came by, and those of you who decided to hang out, those of you who subscribed. That's I appreciate it more than you know. And please, if you have any feedback or anything, you can feel free to leave a comment, or you can send us an email. If you go to our website, norrockpubliclibrary.com, there is, or norrockpubliclibrary.org, I should say. And if you go there, you can always leave feedback about this program. So the whole idea is just me playing video games and just to hang out with some of you. And those of you who decided to hang out with me today, I am very, very gracious and grateful for it. So thank you. Thank you for a fun video game chat and stream. I enjoyed it. So thank you, Cassandra, and I hope that's the same for anyone else who watched. I appreciate it. So before I leave, I would be remiss if I did not mention, again, we are doing this every Friday. So Fridays from 4 to 6 here on the YouTube channel for Norrock Public Library. I'll be playing different games, but I think here, let's just beat Sonic, right? And that way we can be like, all right, we got one game in the bag. So we're almost there. I'd say we're about 60% through with Sonic 1. And also, I want to talk about next Saturday, November 7th, we'll be doing our second Extra Life charity stream. So that'll be from 4 to 8 p.m. on the Norrock Public Library YouTube channel. And all donations that are given on that stream will be going towards the Connecticut Children's Medical Center in Hartford, Connecticut. So if you want to see me play some other video games, and in this case, it's a bit of a spin, where we're doing it for a positive cause. Playing games, and people can donate money towards the Connecticut Children's Medical Center, which is a really great place. Thank you to those of you who stopped in the first time we did this back in August. Your donations are extremely, extremely appreciated. Your kindness knows no bounds, and I am forever grateful. So let's keep up that momentum with next week on the 7th. And see where we go. I'll be playing a different variety of games, and again, unlike this stream, which is 2 hours, I'll be doing it for 4. So I'll be playing different games on that stream than what we did today. So again, Video Game Club, we can meet up here every Friday, 4 to 6, right here on the YouTube channel. And just to ensure you know, if you would be so kind to subscribe to the NPL YouTube channel, and just click on that little bell notification. That way, when we do go live, you'll get a notification on your phone if you have the YouTube app, and just so you can hop in and we can continue the discussion. And yeah, I think I think this was pretty fun. So again, thank you all of you who showed up today. I didn't know how this would turn out first time around, and we can only go up from here. So thank you all for your time. And if you have any suggestions, you can write them in the comments section. I'll open up the comments section on this video for the archive. And anything within reason. It's just right now I don't have any ability to do console games because I don't have a capture card to be able to grab the footage or the signal. So right now I'm kind of limited to what I have on PC, but I have a lot. I mean, just to show you on Steam, I have like 400 plus games, and I have other outlets as well. So we'll rotate between, you know, retro and more modern and things like that. But if you have any suggestions, I can certainly keep them in mind, and we'll see what we can do. But again, thank you so much for stopping by for the inaugural NPL Video Game Club. This will be again every Friday from 4 to 6 on YouTube. So thank you for those of you who stopped by, who wrote in the chat. Thank you to those of you who subscribed. You are far, far too kind. And I hope to see you next week. So let's keep this up. Let's make this a weekly thing. I'd love to meet some new faces. And for those of you who showed up today, I'd love to see you again. So thank you so much. This is on behalf of the Norwalk Public Library. Thank you so much for supporting us and continuing to support us even in this new atmosphere environment that we're in. Your patronage is so appreciated. And in case you're not aware, we are doing curbside pickups for the library, and we're also doing appointments. So if you go to norwalkpubliclibrary.org, you can look at the information there on the main page and look up all the details. So until then, I'll see you next Friday, hopefully, 4 to 6 p.m. And thank you for making this first installment of the NPL Video Game Club a fun experience. Thank you. So we'll continue Sonic next week. We'll beat it, and then we'll move on to the next game, whatever that may be. So I hope to see you there. And thank you for hanging along for the ride. Since it's Friday, I hope you have a good weekend. Hope it's wonderful. I know the weather's not great, but hopefully you get to enjoy with your family. And whoever you're with, please be safe. And I will see you next week. So, sayonara and take care. Be good to one another. Bye.